Hey everyone, Wobby, voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen. It's time for another Between the Lines, previewing the NFC North. We continue our series right now with the Detroit Lions. Second place in the NFC North last season, 9-7. They have Matthew Stafford. We play him twice a year. Every year we're very familiar with him. And if you have Stafford, you have a chance to win any game.
You know, with the Lions, along with the Bears and the Packers, a lot of change in the old NFC North, yet the division champions stayed the same for the most part. New offensive coordinator, new quarterback, I get that. But with Matt Patricia as the coach, he comes from the Belichick tree. What does that mean? I mean, New England's defense, you know, I don't think it would be in the conversation with the best defenses in the NFL the last X amount of years, even though it was super opportunistic. But that New England leadership and that New England culture from the GM Quinn through the coach Patricia, that's going to be nothing but positive for Detroit.
Do you foresee potentially a switch for the Lions defense to a 3-4? Now, the Patriots with Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick would do both. Right? One season they'd be a 4-3, the next season they'd be in a 30 front. The Lions in recent seasons have been a 4-3 defense with Ziggy Ansah on the edge. 3-4 switch maybe with Matt Patricia?
Yeah, man. You know, I don't know if they tried to lock up Ezekiel Ansah to a long-term deal, but he's under the franchise tag and it didn't work out. They missed the deadline. So this could be his final year with the Lions. If they go 3-4, does he stand up? I don't know. If he does, then there will be a learning curve. But Patricia mentally will have this team squared away. If they go 3-4, that means every team in the division will have a 3-4 base except the Minnesota Vikings. So, which means you will get a chance to see it a fair amount, which only will help you as the season goes on. You mentioned Matthew Stafford earlier, one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Golden Tate, one of the better yards after catch receivers. Really in the last 10, 20 years of the NFL. They have LeGarrette Blount. You
Marvin
know,
Jones.
I think that's going to help them. Yeah, and Marvin Jones too, who had a really big game early in the season last year. After that, I thought he was just okay. So I don't know. I think the whole thing goes through us and the Green Bay Packers, and we'll see what happens with the Lions.
You know, the Lions have some unbelievable streak without a 100-yard rusher. Isn't it? I remember you calling that on the game. Every year you have that stat on your
you probably
chart.
gave it to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, you're my chief statistician on the road.
LeGarrette Blount in play for them, okay? And they drafted a running back.
Can't call without you.
Right. So if the Lions can get the running game going.
You created Minneapolis Miracle. Nobody knows that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sorry.
I was freaking out at the end of that game. I didn't
Vikings
create anything.
patented it. An announcer got nothing. But
the
anyway.
Lions running game, seriously, the Lions running game, are they ever going to get that thing going?
I don't know. They have to make a commitment to it. You know, with super special Jim Bob Cooter, I quite honestly, I had no idea what he wanted to do, you know, because whether it's him or previous regimes, they just haven't committed to it. If you have LeGarrette Blount under contract on your team, you need to run between the tackles because he's good at that. Now you got the Auburn running back who's shifty. That's going to help. I do believe that they will commit more to the run this year because it balances their number one asset, Matthew Stafford, and takes heat off him. But you're right about that streak of not having a 100-yard rusher. I predict that that streak is broken this year. I predict LeGarrette Blount has a 100-yard rushing game.
Speaking of streaks that could be broken, we need to break one. You know, the Lions have not lost at U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yeah, that's weird. And you know what? Every time they're there, something bad happens. Like Harrison Smith and Xavier Rhodes, I think, ran into each other in overtime, and there's Golden Tate winning the game. And then, let's knock on wood when we say this. But that's the game. Dalvin went down last year, and it was terrible. It was like the fourth game of the season. So we need to beat these kiddies at U.S. Bank Stadium, don't we?
Yes, we do. As is the case with the Bears. We don't see the Lions until later in the season, week 9 and week 16.
Right.
So we will know what the Detroit Lions are the first time we see them. This edition of the Between the Lines postgame report presented by Gatorade, previewing the NFC North, is over. Up next is going to be the Green Bay Packers. So if you're up for previewing the Packers,
thanks for the Minneapolis Miracle. I couldn't have done it without you.
No problem. Happy to give back.
Thank you very much.